Face movements August the 27th, 2017. I'm bringing warnings and watches for the South, for the Midwest, for the East Coast till September the 2nd, 2017. So we're going to start off with space weather. Right now we have AR-2672 that could produce a C-class solar flare. I highly doubt that's going to happen, but I'm going to keep an eye out as that little sunspot growing, but it's going to make its way around the sun by August the 28th, 29th, by Wednesday, Thursday. Alright, let's move on. Right now we have solar winds blowing from the corner hole. NASA and SDOE say it's going to reach Earth on September the 1st. Once that's BS. Once solar wind from the corner take 4 hours. So starting on August the 28th, 2018, we're going to see an increase of storms as solar winds are going to be hitting the Earth's atmosphere, and we're going to show you another video later on how that works and how we get our information from our sun. But right now, all the storms that's happening around the world is going to be increasing in size starting tomorrow. Alright. On August the 21st, just 7 days ago, we had a solar eclipse that went from the west coast to the east coast, and is known as the Great North American Solar Eclipse. And every single religion, belief, and a lot of scholars, they believe in all this, that it's a bad omen when you have a solar eclipse on any continent or any country that's going through. Anyone through the United States of America to see the total solar eclipse. It wouldn't went through no whole continent. Alright, folks. And it means death, destruction, war, famine, weather, earthquakes, and also the only good thing, it means rebirth. And that happened on August 21st. On 7 days ago. Now where the solar eclipse ended off was South Carolina right now. 7 days later, I'm putting warnings and watches for tropical storm. That's what they say potentially, but I'm saying tropical storm Irma. Possibly could make it to a hurricane status, as it's right off South Carolina. It's picking up more moisture as we're talking, and its tail extends all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. As you can see, its tail and this moisture in the clouds and sucking it up. Alright, and on the other side of this, this is Louisiana. We ain't all the way over to Texas because I'm just showing Irma. But we got tropical storm Harvey that's still moaning. Alright, and we're going to put warnings and watches for a couple other possible tropical storms later on this week as solar winds hit our Earth's atmosphere and charges up these storms over water. Both these tropical storms, Irma and Harvey, are moving at super slow pace. Let's go on. Right now, if you look at the country on Intercast, we're going to zoom out real fast. We're going to make this video fast. Let's just zoom out. We can see on the East Coast, we got tropical storm Irma. I'm putting warnings and watches for tropical storm status. Even possible hurricane, but most likely it's going to make landfall, the eye, later on around Thursday or Wednesday night. Around northern South Carolina. It's going to make its way all the way up to Virginia Beach and coast. But we're going to keep an eye on that as we got Haarp rings within the storms. On outside down Bahamas, we got Haarp rings right outside the storms Irma. So put warnings and watches for this storm to increase in size as it's still rotating over warm South Atlantic Ocean around Florida, South Carolina. And it's gaining up stress. I got warnings and watches back as tropical storm Harvey is now increasing back in power as its eye is moving over the Gulf of Mexico. Now it's picking up more moisture. Alright, right outside of tropical storm Harvey, if you look down at the tail and Mexico border, you can see a lot of Haarp rings. To the north, you can see Haarp rings. So it's increasing, warming up this water as tropical storm Harvey is going to regain a little bit more strength. And it depends on how long this tropical storm stays over warm water again, how much water southeast, and its flood is devastated down there in southeast Texas. Is going to be devastating in Louisiana, all that, because Louisiana has a whole bunch, and it's going to be possibly devastating later on this week around Alabama and Mississippi, then Alabama, folks. Now to the north, what is crazy is that we got Haarp rings right over Illinois and Wisconsin. As the storm, as you can see, if you just watch Michigan, you can see the storm rotating it back. It's pushing the storm Harvey back down into the Gulf. All right, things and watches for all Midwest from Illinois all the way to Ohio till Wednesday. If you look at this is just picking up. We got a lot of these blobs, but look at these straight lines. You got straight lines right there entering Illinois. You got straight lines down here in Indiana. You got straight lines right there around Cleveland area. That's not bad yet, but the straight line that's connected right in the middle right here, that could possibly be a tornado within the next couple hours. I'm going to put warnings and watches for possible tornado for the Midwest as we see Haarp rings all around from Michigan, Detroit, Kalamazoo, to Chicago, Illinois, to central Illinois, to Wisconsin, all the way down. We got a lot of stuff going on, folks. All right, just 7 days ago, we seen that eclipse. At the end of that eclipse, we see now this new tropical storm, Irma, with Haarp rings to the west. This is going to be a tropical storm, might be a possible hurricane. Depends on how long this thing stays outside in the Atlantic Ocean. Harvey is getting hit with Haarp rings to the south west, and it's going right back over the Gulf of Mexico and pick up more water as this storm now all of a sudden is back to growing, folks. All right, so Texas, southwest Illinois, southwest, Louisiana, southeast Louisiana, southwest Mississippi, southeast Mississippi. Warnings and watches for floods, tornadoes, still in effect till 24 to 72 hours on top of the space weather that's hitting our Earth tomorrow. These storms are going to increase in size, folks, and we're seeing a lot of strong cells in the Midwest, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio. You see the Haarp ring hitting around Chicago, right in the center of Wisconsin and Illinois, folks. So warnings and watches. We got Haarp rings outside of Raleigh, North Carolina, Greensboro, Winston-Salem. If you just look in, then this is right outside of Irma. All right, folks, so be prepared. We got another tropical storm. I call that the eclipse storm, the eclipse tropical storm, because it's coming 7 days after eclipse. We got a lot of stuff going on with Harvey. We got tropical storm warnings still as Harvey now is increasing aside. If you look to the Midwest and to the north of the country by the Great Lakes, you got a lot of strong cells as it's turning back down and pushing tropical Harvey back down, and all these storms are getting nailed with Haarp rings, folks. We're going to see a lot of floodings around the United States, central United States, Midwest, the southeast coast with the new tropical storm. If you look out to the Intercast, I put warnings and watches starting September the 1st, 2nd for 3 more possible tropical storms that's coming off the Horn of Africa. All right, these are perfect line for Atlantic tropical storms, and at the most time tropical storms, hurricanes are created is mid-August to the end of September. This is when tropical season, hurricane season is at its peaks. So we're going to see a lot of warnings for different tropical storms. And it's right in the perfect at 10 north in the equator. We got possible, this hopefully just keeps going west and out back over the Pacific. But this thing, if you look at it, if it moves north to where I said perfect, at that 10 north, 20 north, this thing is going to pick up a tropical storm status. This is the No Face Moon. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook. This is the movement. Moving to next time. Facing off. If you live in the south, be prepared. Tropical storm Harvey is gaining strength. If you live off of South Carolina where the eclipse ended just 7 days ago, warnings and watches for tropical storm Irma, possible hurricane. We're going to keep our eye on that. And if you live in Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, Missouri, warnings and watches for strong, severe storms for the next 72 hours as it's creating right now, and solar winds hitting our Earth. This is the movement to next time, facing off.